Many women don't consciously choose the bare minimum. It's actually their subconscious that's doing the choosing for them. And you might have seen it in your own life where you are accepting the bare minimum. You are accepting the bare minimum when it comes to love, friendships, or even in the way that you treat yourself. And deep down, you know, I am deserving of so much more. But there is this pattern that keeps pulling you back, and you keep ending up in the same cycle and in the same pattern. Well, in today's video, I'm going to explain to you how this works, why this happens, and how big of a role our subconscious mind is playing in this. So many women tell me, Urania, I keep attracting men that just give me the bare minimum, or I keep ending up in toxic cycles. And this is not just about relationships. This shows up in our careers, it shows up in our friendships, and it shows up in the way that we treat ourselves as women. On the surface, we might think, you know what, it's just bad luck. But that is not true. You are not consciously picking a man that will treat you badly. You are not consciously picking a man that is similar to your father. Not a conscious choice, it's a subconscious choice. So I'm going to use this whiteboard behind me to visualize this or to illustrate this as best as I can. So this iceberg is basically your mind, right? 5%, let me go like this. Hi ladies, this is Urania popping up from the future. I'm editing the video and I see that I made a little mistake. I want to clear that up before we continue with the rest of the video. So in the video, you see me writing down on the board, unconscious mind, 5%, but that's not correct. 5% is the conscious mind. So again, conscious mind is 5%. The unconscious mind is the subconscious mind. These two are the same. So sometimes you hear me say subconscious mind, aka the unconscious mind. Those two are the same, and that is the 95%. One more time, 5% conscious, 95% subconscious or unconscious. That's it. Enjoy the rest of the video. If you pick the bare minimum, you pick the bare minimum from here. You don't pick it from here. Because consciously, you know that you should be getting the best. You know that you should go for the best relationship, the best job, the best friendships. But there is a reason that you keep falling back into that pattern. That you keep accepting that bare minimum. And we do that from here. And since the subconscious, this part of our brain is running the show, this shows up in our lives as accepting poor treatment from partners, settling for a job that you don't like or that doesn't light you up, feeling uncomfortable when good love, when healthy love, or when amazing opportunities show up in your life. You don't fully go for it because it makes you feel uncomfortable. And I will explain to you also the reason why it makes you feel uncomfortable. So our brain is made for survival. It's made to protect us. And even though we as humans, as a society, we have developed, we can go into our laptop and order food, and before we know it, the food is in our home. Our mind is still very old. It did not catch up with us in the way that we are living life now. So even though we want to have that good relationship, we want to have an amazing job, and we want to go after our goals and have those opportunities into our lives, we will pick the thing that feels familiar. We will pick the situation and the person that feels familiar because it makes us feel safe. Again, the mind is there to keep you safe, so it will always go to what it knows. And that is fascinating to me, that even though we want better and we crave better, we go back to our default setting. And our default setting is what makes us feel safe and what is familiar. So if you grew up and you felt unseen, or love was conditional, or you have seen your parents in a very toxic relationship, your brain will record that as normal. So even though consciously what we have been through when we were younger is not good for us, our brain is going to go to that default. It's going to go what it knows, what's familiar to it. Very interesting note also, ladies, is that this subconscious mind of us is created or programmed when we were in the age of 0 to 7 years old. Between 0 and 7, this 95% is when you are being programmed. Anything we are hearing in our surroundings, anything that our parents are telling us, that we hear from school, that we see on television, that we hear from our family, if we hear it over and over and over again, that becomes our program. You want to look at your mind as a computer, and that computer is empty. It has no software when you are born, and then these first 7 years when you are on this earth, everything around you is programming you. You're like a sponge and you're absorbing everything, right? Just remember the analogy of the software. I think it's going to really help you. So even though consciously you know you need to pick a job that makes you happy, a partner that treats you well, you will default back to the program that you are running on, to your software. And that's what you were taught, that's what you saw, what you hear around you, between the age of 0 to 7. But the other side is also true. If you grew up and your parents had a loving relationship, they treated each other with respect and cherished each other, and you had a beautiful upbringing, that is your program for relationships. So that is what you're going to be available for. You will be only available for relationships that are giving you what you have seen your parents giving each other and that you've received from your parents. We always default back to what we know and what's familiar. And that's why many of us ladies are accepting the bare minimum. It's not that we consciously want what's bad for us. We were programmed to accept what was not good for us. We were programmed to be accepting the bare minimum. So even if you say, I want healthy love, I want respect, and I want abundance. So if you tell yourself, I want love, I want respect, I want abundance, that is amazing. However, what is running the show is what you believe to be true. But if you believe that I only deserve breadcrumbs, or love equals rejection, or love is hard, even though you want this, you will go after this unconsciously. You will attract people and situations that give you what you believe. And that's why we say our inner world is a reflection of our outer world. Because even though we want this, we will always get this. We will always get what we were programmed for, because that's what makes our brain comfortable. To be clear, all of these beliefs are limiting beliefs, right? They limit what's possible for you and what is good for you. They don't bring you further. They keep you in a particular box, on a particular level. So if you believe this to be true, I only deserve breadcrumbs, love is rejection, love is hard, well, what are going to be your actions? You'll be accepting toxic partners, and you will accept low effort because you believe this. And let's be honest, if 5% of your brain, if 5% of your mind is accepting this and saying, yes, I deserve love, yes, I accept abundance, yes, I deserve respect, but if 95% of your mind is saying, I only deserve this, which part of your mind do you think it's going to win? Even though you want this, this will always win. Eventually, this will always win. And the reason we take this action is this. It's all about the programming. It all starts here. What did you see? What did you hear? What did you experience between the age of 0 to 7 when it comes to love? What is your programming when it comes to love? And the beauty is that once you reprogram your subconscious, you will automatically raise your standards. You will not be available for this type of behavior. You don't see it. It's not something that is comfortable for you, because then you'll be programmed for love that is healthy, that is respectful, that's supportive, not for the bare minimum. So my lovely ladies, I would love to hear from you. What is the area in your life that you feel that you are accepting the bare minimum? So it could be relationships, but it could also be how you treat yourself, or it could be friendships, or it could be your career. It actually can be anywhere, any area of your life. I would love to hear from you. please share it with all of us in the comment section below. And I have something really nice to share. I am opening up my coaching again. And this period, I am only taking on women who want to work on their heart. So as you know, in my last video, I shared with you that I have 4 different feminine archetypes. I have the anchor, which is our stability and our safety. I have the muse, and the muse is our magnetism. It's our pleasure and our joy. We have the queen. This is our personal power, us having a vision for our lives, our speaking up for the things that we want, having boundaries, feeling confident. And we have the heart. And the heart is the feminine archetype, and that energy is all focused on self-love, self-trust, self-worth, and having healthy connections. And this coaching, this period, I'm focusing especially on women who feel that they have a lack of self-love, lack of self-trust, and they are accepting the bare minimum. These women feel that they are settling for less than they deserve. So what we are going to do together in a period of 3 months is focused on healing the father wounds, the mother wounds, and we're going to reprogram your subconscious mind, because that's where the real magic happens. I also think it's important to focus on the mother wound and the father wound, because it's that mother energy that actually stands for the self-love that we have. And it's that masculine father energy that stands for our self-trust. And if either of these two are imbalanced, they are not strong, you need to work on your father wound or your mother wound and strengthen that. And then you do the subconscious reprogramming. So if you're interested that you want to work on your heart energy, you want to have more self-love, more self-trust, and work on healing your father wound and your mother wound, I highly recommend that you sign up for my coaching. And you can book a discovery call with me. I will go walk you through the entire process, and I will let you know what the investment is and what we will be doing in our time together. And we can also discuss if this program is perfect for you right now. So if you're done accepting the bare minimum, I would say sign up and book a discovery call with me. I would love to talk to you, ladies. And ladies, that was it for today's video. I hope that you found it interesting. This is also a new way for me to do videos, and I love teaching on the subconscious mind. So yeah, I will be using this whiteboard more often. I have this whiteboard for such a long time already, and I never used it. And this time I was like, no, Urania, use it and do the things that you want to do. And I love to teach on this subject. So you will be seeing this whiteboard and me standing in front of it more often. I hope that it was informative. I hope that you learned something. And I hope that you understand why it is that women, we can accept the bare minimum, even though we know that we deserve more, even though we know that we want love, we want respect, we want abundance. But if you believe that you only deserve breadcrumbs, love is hard, it's difficult, then that's what you're going to accept into your life. Those are going to be the actions. You're going to take your actions from a limiting belief, and that's not going to be something that's good for you. You'll pick the people that will not treat you the way that you deserve to be treated. And if there is something that I want to see a change in the world, is that I don't want to see women accepting the bare minimum. I don't want to see that anymore. And if I can do something about it in the form of coaching or in the form of making these videos, I will do so. I don't want to see women being treated horrible by others, but also not by themselves. I do not want us as women to accept the bare minimum anymore. We are queens, and it's time for all of us to realize who we are. I feel that many women forgot who they are. I see it as my mission to help women remind themselves of who they are, how powerful they are. And if that means that you lost your crown and you're a little bit lost and you don't know how to move forward, let me help you find your crown. Let's find your crown together. And the moment you find your crown, put it back on your head and then act accordingly, right? And if you've tried to pull yourself back together and it was difficult, just book a call with me. I will walk you through the process. I will even see if I can help you in that call or offer you something different that I can do for you. But yeah, stop accepting the bare minimum for yourself. I know that's not why we are here. Not in love, not in our careers, not in life, not in friendship, not from ourselves. No bare minimum anymore. Okay, ladies? I hope you enjoyed the video. As you can see, I'm very passionate about this, and I hope to see you in my very, very next video. Okay, ladies, have a lovely day. Bye.